Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Cytherian. We're covering Destiny. Now, we've been over a lot of this in our beta reviews, so we're just going to cover some of the basics real quick here. First off, there are 3 classes to choose from. The Titan, the Hunter, the Warlock. Each class has 2 subclasses or playstyles. We'll cover those more in a moment. Now, there are 3 races to choose from when you're creating a character, male or female, from either human, awoken, which is like an advanced human, and then exo, which is like robot people. This is all personal preference. It has no actual bearing on the game, so you really get to pick whichever options you want, and then, just be whoever you want to be. But do spend a lot of time here. Don't just rush through it, because though you'll be wearing armor and you won't see your face as much in a lot of the game, in all of the video sequences and intimate moments of the game, that will be the face. So make sure you pick the options you want, because you can't redo them later. Now, there are 2 subclasses per type of character, one that you get to start with and then one that you unlock at level 15. These are the special abilities and modifications of your character. Now, on the right side of the screen here, all of these little circles are modifiers to the class type. You can pick one of a given vertical row, and that is also true for these 3 in these vertical rows, which are the modifiers to those abilities above them. You also have the grenade, which is on the far left, and again you get one of the 3 in that vertical row. Now what this means is you get to play your character the way you want. If you want to make him tankier, you can. It's all very customizable, and the same is true for your armor. You get to equip armor as you play, but you have inventory slots, so you get to pick up lots of stuff and you can carry more than one thing. You can break them down yourself, so you don't need to run to this city every time you need to sell stuff, because you just break it down for money all on your own. The city is very useful for buying things and accessing the vault, which is a shared character storage unit between all 3 of your characters. However, if I have any complaints, it's firstly that this character, the Postmaster, can give you items from NPCs for completing missions and public events, but you can't use her to mail items to other characters. That's right, there is no character trading in what feels like an MMO game, which is really, really weird, especially since that character is called the Postmaster. But more importantly, there's no chat system, no annoying trolls and all of that jazz, but also no easy way to really connect with other players and let everyone know that you're looking to form a group and see who's interested in joining you. You can annoy players one at a time by inspecting them and bringing up their gamer cards, but when it comes to doing larger areas, you have to really have a friends list. So it's kind of disappointing. Navigating the game is done through this solar map here. You select a destination. It's all point and click, very friendly. But certain areas like this reef give you missions only for the storyline of the game for video sequences, and then you never get to go back. However, Bungie has already added this Vault of Glass even today, so with additions like this, I'm hoping there will also be additions for the single-player content in forms of single-player missions and strike missions to fill in the empty areas of the map, but there is content still coming into the game, so there's no real idea of how much there truly is. Obviously, expansion coming in December. Now, this is the specialty mission selection on the left side of the screen. Heroic missions and stories and multiplayer events. Completing those will give you special rewards. When it comes to multiplayer, it's pretty much multiplayer. If you've played a multiplayer in a shooter, that's the way this works. Variety of game modes based on the playstyle. However, characters are not distinguished by level, so low-level characters will compete against high-level characters and all of their lovely weapons, abilities, and armor. So that can be a little disheartening. Now, the gameplay is obviously exciting and interesting when you use your special abilities. You're in these third-person views that really take you out of the Halo and first-person shooter elements that you might expect from Bungie. But the mainstay of the game, the meat, is all there. The first-person shooter mechanics are beautiful, and it feels like they have taken everything they've learned from Halo and added to that immensely to bring you a really interesting feel. And what I mean by that is situations like this. Yes, it's a first-person shooter, but I'm riding around on a speeder bike that feels like I stole it from Endor in Star Wars. It is quite frankly one of the most awesome moments I have ever experienced, and you'll get to run into other players that aren't in your group, so it has an MMO feel even when you're just out patrolling areas you've already unlocked or replaying missions. So it's very, very friendly, but when you get to the end of those missions, you're going to be doing single-player stuff by yourself or with your buddy, so you don't have to worry about other players cramping your style. You're not going to have to worry about fighting for bosses or for loot. It's all very, very friendly in those mechanics and in that way, and they've taken everything they've learned from Halo and put it into what feels like an MMO. So it's a great game in my opinion, especially if you like Halo, but more importantly, if you just enjoy an interesting story and an interesting first-person shooter. But like I said, so many things like this mission where you use a sword take you out of those first-person elements and really distinguish it as a game all of its own. I recommend you getting it if you don't have it. Until next time, I am Cytherian saying, Destiny, good game.